and welcome to the Rest is Football sort of question and answer episode. We're going to mix it up today because we've had a couple of big nights of football, both in the Premier League and the Championship. We'll discuss those first and then answer one or two of your questions. Here with me as always, Micah Richards. Well, not as always, but you know what I mean. And Alan Shearer. How are we, Chas? You watched the game last night?
I watched bits of it, guys. I didn't watch all of it. I watched bits of it.
I'm talking about Tottenham against Forest.
Yeah, I watched bits of it, and the bits I saw, Forest thoroughly deserved the win. Big pressure on them after the results at the weekend, so they had to win, and they won. I wouldn't say at a canter because the 2-1 wouldn't suggest that, but I thought they were much better, and Spurs were awful again defensively. But Forest, a great result, really was.
Are you nervous, Al, now?
Getting a bit
talking
twitchy,
about
yeah.
Newcastle, have snuck into third, Newcastle snuck down to 4. Where's all the energy gone? What's up?
I'm more than happy. Hey, hang on a minute. We're in, where are we? Mid to late April. They've got a trophy in the 4th in the Premier League. Now that is not a bad place to be, boys, is it? Come on.
That's good. He's getting it back now. Good response there. Alan. But it's incredibly tight now, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, it was a very Forest-like performance, wasn't it? That, you know, if you look at the stats, you go, cool, blimey, how did Tottenham not win that game? But if you actually watch it and see they're comfortable without the ball, they counter as well, and they've always got goals in them. It's a good bounce back for Forest because they were under real pressure last night, weren't they? Because having lost a couple and everyone else catching them up. It's like a golfing leaderboard, isn't it now? It's suddenly all kind of concertinaed right at the top there. Well, not right at the top, but for the Champions League spots.
Can we have a moment to talk about Chris Wood, by the way?
19 goals this season now, Micah.
That is unbelievable. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Forest... He was written off at the teams at Burnley, not written off, but then he goes up to Newcastle, didn't quite, work for him. But his mentality to overcome that, but actually be more than just a big striker up there. His movement is excellent. He holds up the ball really well. His little touches round the corner are great. And to get that header for his goal, to score 19 goals in the Premier League, in a team that majority of the time sit in a low block, and so your movement has to be right. And the way, of course, we've mentioned Hudson-Odoi and Elanga, what they've done for the team, getting them up the field. But for him to be in the right position to score a goal, I just think he's been ridiculously good this year. Absolutely
outstanding. Totally agree with you. I mean, I didn't see that coming, to be honest. I didn't see him scoring that many in the season at Forest, but respect to him, man. He's been unbelievable. As have Forest this season. For the vast majority of it, they've been exceptional, been incredible.
Yeah, totally agree with Chris Wood. His season of his life, obviously, but he's really stepped up. I think the way Forest play obviously suits him, getting that pace around him, and he's been really, really brilliant this season. And if Forest get to the Champions League, it'll be, a lot down to him and a lot down to his manager and coach as well, because Nuno Espirito Santo's done an amazing job. Only one question for you though, Micah.
Yes.
Did you change the fact that you had 3 Forest defenders, 1 goalkeeper and 2 defenders for your fantasy team? Because
yeah, of course I changed them.
You did.
Once you let me down, you're out.
Okay.
Head goes. I took out Milinkovic. Yeah, I took out Murillo. I put Sells on the bench. I brought in Raya. He's got a double game week. He got me a clean sheet the other day against Ipswich, and then obviously he's playing.
I thought you were chirpy this morning. I thought you were quite chirpy. I bet though, with about 3 minutes to go, you were thinking, I should have kept them all in.
I should have kept them all.
Then they conceded late on.
I've never celebrated a goal so much when Richarlison scored. I was absolutely buzzing.
On the other side of things, Spurs are now 16th with 37 points, 1 point above West Ham, 1 point behind Wolves. I mean, it's been a dreadful season. It could be salvaged, of course. It's a very similar season to Manchester United,
isn't it? Identical.
Yeah. They've got a better side of the draw with Bodo Glimt, who I think the population of Bodo Glimt is smaller than the number of people you can get in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So
it's been an embarrassment their season in the league, hasn't it? I mean, you'll say they've had injuries. I know, I get that. Man United are exactly the same. And everything everything for those two clubs, Spurs and Man United, is riding on that Europa League. I mean, if they don't win it...
I mean, it's not only silverware, is it? You jump into the Champions League.
Yeah,
I mean, can you imagine finishing 16th, 17th in the Premier League and being in the Champions League? It's bonkers.
And without sounding disrespectful to Bordeaux Glint, you've got them in the semi-final to get through to a Europa final. I mean, come on. You wouldn't. If someone had said that to you, you'd snap their hands off, wouldn't you?
You absolutely would.
What's going wrong with Spurs, though, guys? You know, I gave my opinion last week about them and the manager getting involved in press conferences and not being himself, biting back and all that. But actually, if you look on the field, forget off the field for a moment, they're a shadow of the team that they were.
Have you seen how bad they are at the back, though? I mean, even the goals last night, it was like, really? How much space do you want? How much time do you want to put the ball into the box? Because we know that's what you want to do, and we know you've got a big man who loves heading the ball, yet we're going to allow you at ease just to put the ball into the box for Chris Wood, and the keeper comes, Superman, misses it, and he gets his goal. I mean, they were so bad defensively, Spurs.
I mean, early last season, remember, when they got off to a flying start, the top of the league, and things have gone terribly wrong since then, certainly in the league. It's really hard to know what's ultimately wrong in there unless you're actually inside the camp, isn't it, I suppose? But all is not well, is it, Micah? All is not well.
No, all is not well. And just from a football point of view, I don't see much rotation. I don't see no confidence. You know, I've been a big admirer of Ange for a while now, and that was because of Chris Sutton. And this is before he was even at Celtic. Chris Sutton talked about him when he was in Japan. So I studied him. I studied his style of play. It was aggressive. It was forward thinking. It was taking risks. Like they take risks when they're conceding goals, but they're not finishing the chances. Solanke's been a disappointment the whole season. Yeah, he's had knocks as well. Tell, who come from Bayern Munich, he looks really good for 20 minutes and he drifts out the game. Odegaard, who they got from Burnley. I remember when Vincent Kompany signed him, he looked like he was going to be an absolute superstar, but he looks like a bit of a headless chicken at the moment. So maybe it's just down to confidence, but it's not good enough. Obviously, their main player, Kulusevski, has been in and out of the team through injuries, but he played, didn't he, yesterday, and still, it's just not good. It's not good enough. Not good enough at all. And we can make all the excuses that we want. We can only hold on to the Europa League now because it's been poor, a very poor season.
Yeah, a shout for Toffolo, though, for the clearance off the line.
Yeah.
I mean, boy,
how
what
good
a
was
clearance
that?
was.
Incredible,
Yeah, that
it?
was off Kulusevski, wasn't it? Header.
Yeah. It was unbelievable how he got to that, wasn't it?
It was an incredible stop. I've got 3 words for you, Micah. Leeds.
Marching on together.
It's another one of Micah's clubs. What are we up to now? 6 clubs in the Premier League?
We'll shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds. Leeds. Come on, guys. We're buzzing the back in a big club, back in the Prem. Daniel Farker, what a job he's done. You know the big, not turning point, because Meslier, the goalkeeper, is such a good goalkeeper. Really good with his feet. The way he plays out and the way they want to play, perfect. But in vital moments, he made some big errors. So the question mark was, and I've seen all the Leeds fans all over social media saying, they've got to put Darlow in. And then, just a safe pair, nothing too fancy, but he's going to do your job. And since he's come into the team, they just steadied the ship a little bit. And you remember the swing. So when they beat Sheffield United a couple of months ago, it looked like they was going to run away with it, no problem. Then they had a few bad results. Meslier made a few mistakes, and then it looked like he was going to be playoffs. But now they are up. You know who the massive signing has been for them, though? They brought in the fullback, Bogle, and he has been sensational. Defensively, starting attacks, scoring goals. Yeah, it's been a great season. Roller coaster, but I'm absolutely buzzing for it.
So you've got about, how many clubs you got now that you're supporting in the Premier League? City, Villa,
before
Arsenal?
you answer that, Michael, we actually got a question from Jonathan Parker, which I can put in here because you'll understand why. Question for Micah. Arsenal, Leeds and Manchester City are all going into liquidation. Micah has the money to save just one. Who is he saving?
Great question.
What a question that is. Well, it's not going to be Leeds, is it? It's not going to be Leeds. I didn't play for Leeds. I was just born in Leeds.
You didn't play for Arsenal either.
I wasn't even born in Leeds. I was raised in Leeds. I was born in Birmingham. So, although I love Leeds, we'll put Leeds to the side. Arsenal or Man City?
Careful. Man City, pay some of your wages, man.
I'm going to go with Man City. You know why I'm going to go with Man City?
What a fucking shock that is.
Honestly, well, you know what? Right, okay, let me explain something. So, on League of Their Own, which is a fun show, you're having a few drinks, it's laugh and joke. You tell stories. Some stories, like I told a story about one of the, I think I did it on this pod actually, about, remember Maria Suarez, who led me down a dark alley from some tickets and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I like to do. I like to be open and honest in the way I say things. So I was on League of Their Own. I think it was last season. I'm on the panel, and Romesh is a big Arsenal fan. He asked me, who are you supporting? And I say, well, on air, Man City, because I played for them, but off air, I support Arsenal because I was like, so Man City got, what did they have? Emails and complaints about me, how I shouldn't be associated with the club. I shouldn't be an ambassador for the club. And I'm an absolute disgrace. I've sold my soul to BBC, Sky, and who are all the other broadcasters I worked for.
Sent from Alan Shearer, that was.
Alan Shearer of Newcastle.
In the programmes, when I was a kid, it all City fans knew I was an Arsenal fan. I always had a love for Arsenal.
Yeah.
But my love for City became because I played for the club. When I went to the club at 14, why can't they understand the difference between the two? I love both clubs, you know?
There's another one coming, Gaz. There's another one coming as well, you know. Wait till Birmingham get up. Oh, I was born in Birmingham. I love Birmingham.
Which might explain his performances for Villa.
Another question, by the way, Micah.
Yes.
Are Spurs bet without Harry Kane?
That was.
Hey, they were for a season. That was it. That was it.
Yeah. On another note, congratulations to Leeds on getting promoted, and congratulations to Burnley. They won what was, I suppose, the big game yesterday. They were playing Sheffield United and beat them. And their record this season under Scott Park has been pretty impressive, particularly of late. Conceded just 15 goals in 44 games. Kept 29 clean sheets.
Incredible.
Haven't conceded more than one goal in any game.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that is nuts. And unbeaten in the last 31 games, and now back in the Premier League, and then they'll be craving the championship again within 3-4 months, probably. That's the nature of it now, but hopefully not.
Yeah, what a job Scott Parker's done, eh? Unbelievable, that is. I mean, those stats are ridiculous. They really are. Staggering season that they've had.
Well, I've been to Burnley a couple of times this season.
You're a big supporter, obviously.
I love it. Oh, the pies are fantastic in there. Honestly, the steak pies, some of the best. I went to the Leeds game there as well, but a couple of players to watch out for. Egan Riley, who was at Man City youth, he's centre half, really good. He's been outstanding. Trafford as well has been brilliant for
29 clean sheets. Yeah.
Yes. The two midfielders, Cullen and Brownhill. Brownhill got a couple, didn't he, yesterday. And then they brought in Marcus Edwards from Sporting Lisbon. I think it was in January, and he's just given the little lift that they needed going forward, creativity-wise. But I'm buzzing for him. And Tony Tony, your business partner,
Yes.
friend of the pod, or should we say owner of the pod.
Yeah.
he was doing a pod, didn't we, for the BBC Top 10, and he comes in and he's frustrated, and he said,
Yeah.
Can he do it? Can Scott Parker? I said, just relax. Scott Parker knows what he's doing. At times, you're not going to get entertaining football, but you're going to be set up really well. And if you can get someone who can score a few goals, you'll be fine. So Burnley and Leeds going up, I'm absolutely delighted.
There'll be a few clubs after Trafford, goalkeeper.
Well, that's the thing when you go up now, it's keeping your players, isn't it? And the rules and all that sort of stuff. The other one, it was mentioned actually to me by Alistair Campbell. He says Maxine Esteve.
Esteve, yes.
Esteve from Montpellier, he got him, I recall. And he really likes, he's the other centre-back, isn't he? So, yeah, what a season they've had, and Leeds too, and good luck when you get in the Premier League. Let's take a quick break, then we will answer just a few of your questions. Welcome back to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer, Micah Richards and me, Gary Lineker. We'll endeavour to answer some of your questions now. Let's start with one from Jeffy. Should there be a relegation playoff in the Premier League to help newly promoted teams stay up in the Premier League?
I'm quite happy with the way it is. I know that the 3 clubs are coming up are struggling and sustain, but that'll change. No, I'm quite happy with 3 up, 3 down.
I think it would be a bit harsh if you had playoffs to go down yeah. Because particularly if 3 teams like this season are miles off it, and then you've got one team that's 10 points ahead of them, and then they're the team that end up being relegated. I just think, I mean, I know the same thing can happen when they get promoted from the Premier League, but it feels a bit different rather than suffering that fate.
Yeah, I agree.
All agree. Don't we do that in Germany, though? I'm sure they do that in Germany with one of the teams.
Yes, Mike. In Germany, the teams who finished 16th in the Bundesliga and 3rd in Bundesliga 2 contest the promotion relegation playoff, known in Germany simply as the relegation.
Relegation, yes.
Yeah.
I thought that
that's slightly different, isn't it? Playing from one from the top and one from the bottom. It makes a bit more sense.
Yeah,
possibly.
It does,
a question from Sam County. We're coming up, of course, next week, aren't we, to the Champions League semi-finals. So we've got one here. Should Arsenal have no fear in believing they can win the UCL, the UEFA Champions League?
They should have absolutely no fear. After what they did to Real Madrid over 2 legs, they should have no fear. But they can't be complacent. You know, they can't go in and think the job's done because PSG can hurt you.
There's no reason Arsenal should have any fear. I don't think they will. I mean, after what they've done in the quarter-final, I know they're not going to have Partey in that first game, but I think what they'll take confidence from is the way, or what Aston Villa did to PSG, particularly in the second half, the way they went after them, the way they pressed them, the way they harassed them, and all of those things. And I think they'll look at that game and think, They've got a chance, yeah, absolutely.
I always think that I find it a funny expression. You go into a game without fear. I mean, have you ever played a football match fearing it?
Not really.
Maybe a Manchester derby, but not fearing the opposition.
That's what I mean. It's a funny word, isn't it?
Yes,
it's a funny word, fear. I think it's more about should you be confident of going up against those.
They'll be confident. Arsenal, there's no reason why they shouldn't be confident after what they did in the quarterfinals.
Big question here from Marcus Richmond. I think Marcus, not Rashford, Richmond. Is Lewis Skelly the best fullback to burst onto the scene since Micah?
Yes, well, the key word, since Micah, yes. Yes. Yeah, but I can remember at this age, probably, yes. I mean, Hoyson's done well, though, as well, hasn't he?
Bournemouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Not really a fullback, though, is he?
Yeah.
Centre half, yeah.
Yeah, centre half, isn't he? I think he's been absolutely fantastic.
His build is like, he's so physically strong already, isn't he? I mean, even you look at his legs are like tree trunks already, and strong, thick set, and it's just, I mean, everything about him is outstanding, isn't he?
You know who did though? Shaw at Southampton. Do you remember when Shaw first
Luke
come
Shaw,
through? He was outstanding. He had no injuries, up and down, quality with his left foot, could defend. Ultimately, that's what got him his moves, wasn't it, to United? But yeah, I think Skelly, because he's doing it in the Champions League, you'd have to say it's a higher level.
I think this question must come from a Newcastle fan, Michael John David. Is Alan looking forward to watching Newcastle in the Champions League again?
Let's not tempt fate, guys. Let's not tempt fate.
Oh, you've changed your tune.
No, I'm just trying to keep it.
You said, we've got 2 games in hand. If we win them 2 games in hand, we go into third. That's what you were saying. Spurs, Nottingham Forest, I've got to go to Spurs. There's no way they're winning that game. That'll be a draw. And now you say we don't want to tempt fate. Oh, the tables have turned.
We're all right. We don't need to shout. We'll just let them carry on. They've had one bad day at Aston Villa last weekend. So
I should point out that we're recording this on Tuesday morning before the Villa Man City game.
Well, that's going to be a draw, isn't it? Hopefully that's a draw.
Do you want it to be a draw? Or would you like to see one team get perhaps beaten?
No, I would like to see it a draw. Point each. Okay. That'll do.
Let's ask a couple of more questions. Mike Patterson, and this must be maybe a Tottenham fan, because will Arsenal's 8-2-0 formation catch on? Somebody's getting a little bit bit bitchy there. I don't think we'll answer that one. That's just. And we'll finish with this really important question. From Mouseman. This is ridiculous. If each of your fingers on one hand could dispense any liquid, what would it be and why?
Dispense?
If each of your fingers on one hand could dispense any liquid, what would it be and why?
It's not for this show.
It's not for this show. Oh,
no. What was the question from Mouseman?
Mouseman, yeah.
What sort of question is that?
Bloody hell. Mouseman, have a good look at yourself.
A little Negroni, leak out a Negroni into or a Guinness.
Or a Guinness.
Never miss an opportunity.
Yeah, Guinness, yeah.
Yeah, definitely Guinness. I don't know. Yeah. On that note, we will dispense with this show. We'll be back on Friday with an interview with Ola Aina from Nottingham Forest, which we're going to chat to him tomorrow. So I can't tell you what it's like yet, but he seems a really engaging and fun character, and what a season Nottingham Forest have had. So look out for that one. But for now, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.